The second season of Tulsa King has officially ended, but it ends on a cliffhanger once more, leaving viewers eagerly awaiting more. Although the show's third season has not yet been formally confirmed, things seem to be moving in the right direction. Another popular series from Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan, Tulsa King, stars Sylvester Stallone and recounts the tale of the General, Dwight Manfredi, a mafia capo who is exiled to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he attempts to establish a new criminal empire. The show's second season, which ended over the weekend, was approved soon after the first season, which debuted in 2022. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. Before going to the main topic, I want to say like this video and subscribe to the channel. According to a recent report by Deadline, Sylvester Stallone is getting close to signing a new contract that would allow him to return for a fourth season, as well as a third. If the same release schedule is kept, fans can anticipate receiving new episodes for the next 4 years. Fans of Tulsa King will be happy, but so will Stallone, as Deadline reports that it has heard whispers that the iconic actor's paper episode is increasing by an even more staggering amount. In Season 2, he made an incredible $1.5 million per episode, compared to Season 1's $750,000 per episode. You know, pocket change. By the time Season 3 rolls around, Stallone should be earning an even greater paper episode scale if the Deadline rumors are accurate. It shouldn't come as a huge surprise to viewers that the show has been renewed for more. With 2 million viewers on the day of the Season 2 finale and over 5 million the week after, the show is currently one of Paramount's most popular. The second season's ratings are better than the first, which should give fans hope that things will only become better and bigger with more episodes. We can anticipate 2 more seasons of the show if this arrangement goes through, but according to Deadline sources, it might not end there. According to rumors, the series may also acquire spin-offs, similar to Yellowstone's, which serve to expand the world and present other tales apart from the main plot. For some series, that could be a frightening idea, but Sheridan has already demonstrated through Yellowstone's spin-offs 1883 and 1923 that he can accomplish this with remarkable success, so the series is undoubtedly in capable hands. There are other well-known names associated with Tulsa King besides Stallone. In addition to the Rocky actor, the production features a number of other excellent performers, including Andrea Savage, Jay Will, Max Casella, Vincent Piazza, and Martin Starr. Terrence Winter, best known for his work on the venerable HBO series The Sopranos, co-wrote the drama with Sheridan. Who else has the distinction of having not one, but 2 outstanding criminal empire series? The veteran actor is close to signing a deal to return to the role of Dwight Manfredi and Tulsa King for 2 more seasons, with the possibility of further spin-offs and sequels. According to Ace Showbiz, Sylvester Stallone is almost certain to sign a contract to reprise his role in Tulsa King on Paramount Plus for at least 2 more seasons. If the deal goes through, the highly regarded gangster drama, which Stallone stars in and executive produces, will get a 2-season pickup for Seasons 3 and 4. Although there hasn't been an official renewal of the program yet, Stallone's contract opens the door for one. The show centers on Dwight, the General Manfredi, a New York mafia leader who was sentenced to 25 years in prison and then deported to Tulsa, Oklahoma. In a distant country, he creates his own criminal empire with the help of surprising associates. The character in Tulsa King is Stallone's first regular TV appearance. The show's second season, which debuted in September, has received even more critical acclaim, earning a flawless 100% critical approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The first season debuted in 2022 to strong viewership. Yellowstone's creator Taylor Sheridan is also an executive producer on Tulsa King, alongside Terrence Winter, Stallone, David C. Glasser, Ron Burkle, Bob Yari, David Hutkin, Alan Coulter, and Braden Aftergood. Following the premiere of Season 2, Stallone alluded to the potential for a third season, which sparked rumors of his new contract. Stallone's pay reportedly increased as a result of the show's success. According to Deadline, he received $1.5 million per episode for Season 2. With the possibility of several more seasons and perhaps spin-offs modeled after Sheridan's Yellowstone franchise, Tulsa King has a bright future. In this engrossing and engaging series, fans can anticipate seeing Stallone maintain his dominance as Dwight Manfredi. Agreement for Sylvester Stallone to reprise his role in Paramount Plus' Tulsa King for at least 2 more seasons is almost finalized. If the deal goes through, the highly regarded gangster drama, which Stallone stars in and executive produces, will get a 2-season pickup for seasons 3 and 4. Although there hasn't been an official renewal of the program yet, Stallone's contract opens the door for one. The show centers on Dwight, the General Manfredi, a New York mafia leader who was sentenced to 25 years in prison and then deported to Tulsa, Oklahoma. In a distant country, he creates his own criminal empire with the help of surprising associates. The character in Tulsa King is Stallone's first regular TV appearance. The show's 2nd season, which debuted in September, has received even more critical acclaim, earning a flawless 100% critical approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The 1st season debuted in 2022 to strong viewership. Yellowstone's creator Taylor Sheridan is also an executive producer on Tulsa King, alongside Terrence Winter, Stallone, David Seed Glasser, Ron Burkle, Bob Yari, David Hutkin, Alan Coulter, and Braden Aftergood. Following the premiere of Season 2, Stallone alluded to the potential for a 3rd season, which sparked rumors of his new contract. Stallone's pay reportedly increased as a result of the show's success. According to Deadline, he received $1.5 million per episode for Season 2. With a possibility of several more seasons and perhaps spin-offs akin to Sheridan's Yellowstone franchise, Tulsa King has a bright future. In this engrossing and engaging series, fans can anticipate seeing Stallone maintain his dominance as Dwight Manfredi. Regarding Tulsa King's future on Paramount Plus, an important news has been made public. Although the show has not yet received an official renewal, there is a significant chance that it will do so for at least 2 more seasons. Executive producer and Tulsa King star Sylvester Stallone is now negotiating a new contract to continue working on the program, according to Deadline. As a result of the agreement, Tulsa King is expected to receive a 2-season renewal and Stallone will return for 2 more seasons. According to reports, Stallone will receive another rise as part of his contract, which would increase his earnings from the $1.5 million he received for each episode in Season 2, which was already more than the $750,000 he received for each episode in Season 1. Given that the renewal hasn't been officially approved yet, there is still a chance that these plans will not work out. This update was released a few days after Season 2 concluded on November 17th. With an approximate 8% increase in viewership over Season 1, the season was a huge success. On its first day, it received 2 million views globally, and over the course of 35 days, it averaged views in over 10 million households worldwide. The show may possibly receive other spin-offs, similar to Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone World, if the 2-season renewal is approved. The 1st season of Tulsa King, which Sheridan created, premiered in 2022. Following Dwight, the General Manfredi's Stallone, release from New York jail, he moves to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and establishes a new criminal organization. Frank Grillo, Dana Delaney, Annabelle Ashora, Martin Starr, Jay Will, Max Casella, Dominic Lombardozzi, Vincent Piazza, Garrett Hedlund, and Andrea Savage are also featured in the series. Regarding Season 2, author Terrence Winter told CBR, "I'm really excited about how this season plays out. I believe there are a lot of unexpected developments and turns, both in terms of action and emotion. As the season goes on, you'll begin to understand our characters better and develop a greater empathy for the characters you've come to know in Season 1. As the audience learns more about the individuals they have been supporting, I can't wait to watch how it plays out. Character is everything, and we have some excellent ones." Regarding potential spin-offs, Winter previously stated in a different interview with THR, there has been some discussion about it. That's still in the discussion phase. All I'm anticipating is trying those beignets in New Orleans. Sylvester Stallone's Tulsa King has been a huge hit for Paramount Plus for the first 2 seasons. Despite the fact that the show has not yet received an official renewal, according to Deadline, Stallone is now negotiating a new contract that will result in the release of Seasons 3 and 4 of the criminal thriller. According to Deadline, this does not necessarily imply that the series will end with Season 4, since it may continue and potentially inspire spin-offs such as Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone franchise. According to the source, Stallone is expected to receive a rise for the upcoming seasons. For the first season, he received about $750,000 per episode. For the second season, that amount was increased to $1.5 million per episode. Shortly after the premiere of the second season, the actor actually revealed that the company was already working on Tulsa King Season 3. Our show has increased by 75% over the previous year, which is unprecedented, and Season 2 received 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes me extremely happy and proud of our cast. Stallone said. Additionally, it is the second most watched show globally on all streaming platforms. We are currently working on the third season, and thank you very much. The official Tulsa King Season 2 synopsis is as follows. As Dwight, Stallone, and his team strive to establish and protect their expanding empire in Tulsa, they discover that there are other people who wish to claim the territory. Threats from the Kansas City mob and a strong local businessman make it difficult for Dwight to manage all of his affairs and keep his family and crew safe. In addition, he still has unresolved business in New York. The new season is as good if not better than the first, according to our own Alex Mady, who is a fan. Instead of being grouped together as another show from the same creator as Yellowstone, Mady stated, this new season further distinguishes itself from other Taylor Sheridan-created series. Tulsa King is the best mob show to air since The Sopranos, and it's funny and violent. The remainder of his review is available here. After all, have a look at the current news. Star and executive producer Sylvester Stallone has signed a new contract to return for a possible Season 3 and Season 4, which would also include a pay raise, according to a report from Deadline. For the second season, the Rocky star reportedly received $1.5 million each episode. Just to clarify, this does not imply that Tulsa King would necessarily conclude with a fourth season. Spin-offs are also a possibility. Since its debut, the program has been a big success for Paramount+. This past summer, the first season of the show got the opportunity to appear on CBS in order to prepare for the upcoming episodes. All of this points to a lot of huge things that this program will be delivering in the years to come. Although the popularity of this program is undoubtedly another feather in executive producer Taylor Sheridan's cap, he is not the show's day-to-day writer. Terrence Winter deserves a great deal of praise for assembling a number of well-known figures to create an engaging event. When you have folks who are legendary for other aspects of their profession, that's not necessarily simple. Additional Tulsa King will arrive soon. According to information obtained by Deadline, star and executive producer Sylvester Stallone is completing a new deal to remain on Taylor Sheridan's popular Paramount+ drama series for the upcoming 2 seasons. According to reports, Tulsa King is expected to receive a 2-season renewal for Seasons 3 and 4 now that he is on board. Although no one would comment, I've heard that Stallone is receiving a rise from the $1.5 million he received for each episode in Season 2, which was more than the $750,000 he received for each episode in Season 1. Given that Tulsa King had a successful second season with a premiere on Sunday, a 2-season pickup would not be shocking. With 5.4 million views in the first 7 days and 2 million worldwide on the day of launch, the Season 2 premiere hit series highs. Season 2 outperformed Season 1 by 8%, averaging over 10 million households worldwide over the course of 35 days. Sources claim that Tulsa King may go for more than 4 seasons, and spin-offs modeled after Sheridan's Yellowstone universe are also a possibility. Stallone plays Dwight the General Manfredi in Tulsa King, a recently released mafia capo regime who creates a new criminal organization in Oklahoma. Alongside director Craig Zisk, writer Terrence Winter, and series creator Sheridan, he serves as executive producer. Executive producers include Braden Aftergood, David Hutkin, Ron Burkle, Bob Yari, David C. Glasser, and Keith Cox. The show is distributed by Paramount Global Content Distribution and produced by MTV Entertainment Studios and 101 Studios for Paramount+. While Tulsa King Season 2's conclusion resolved many of the unresolved issues in Sylvester Stallone's character Dwight Manfredi's story, it also left several significant concerns unresolved. By the time Tulsa King Season 2 concluded, Dwight and the Tulsa King cast had eliminated the majority of their adversaries. Bill Bevilacqua, Frank Grillo, had teamed up with Dwight. Cal Thresher, Neil McDonough had left the marijuana industry, and Jackie Ming, Rich Ting, and Chicky Invernizzi, Dominic Lombardozzi, were both deceased. However, in the closing minutes of the season, Dwight encountered a new foe when he was abducted by a covert organization. However, Tulsa King Season 2 revealed and left unsolved many questions than just the mystery group who abducted Dwight. There is still a lot to learn before the season is concluded, and many of the storylines and plot threads just advanced. Fortunately, Tulsa King Season 3 appears highly probable, particularly in light of Sylvester Stallone's update. Tulsa King Season 3 will be able to get started right away after it is formally confirmed because there are still a lot of unanswered questions. However, these 8 questions must be addressed first, since they are vitally necessary. There were little negative consequences for the gang when Dwight allowed Tyson, J. Will, to assassinate Jackie Ming. Actually, Jackie's passing only had beneficial consequences on them. By killing the Triad boss, Dwight was able to make amends with Cal Thresher, get Bill to kill Chicky and make a deal with him, and reunite with Armand, Max Casella. However, since the Chinese gang is not known for being forgiving, there must be some unfavorable consequences for killing a triad. An international gang war might be easily sparked by Tulsa King Season 3. The triads would probably be able to determine that Dwight assassinated one of their leaders, even though he had Jackie's body interred at the Fenario Ranch. Jackie's attack on Dwight was hardly covert, and it's likely that he even discussed the general with his fellow triads. The triads wouldn't have sent just anybody to get into the American drug trade, and Jackie's heroin production and marijuana farm brought in a lot of money for them. Tulsa King Season 3 must demonstrate how the triads will likely want Dwight to pay for Jackie's death in blood. There were other adversaries that Dwight faced who appeared to be defeated too quickly besides Jackie Ming. Cal Thresher likewise gave up very quickly, merely handing Dwight ownership of his enormous cannabis farm. But it was at the beginning of Tulsa King Season 2 that they first met. Cal was prepared to launch a nasty attack on Dwight for attempting to participate in the Oklahoma marijuana trade. Cal appeared to give up to Dwight too readily, even though he was more amenable to dealing after Jackie Ming had been dealt with. There is an opportunity because Cal Thresher is still alive. Now that Dwight is the largest marijuana distributor in the state, Tulsa King Season 3 must explain what Cal will do and whether he will fight the general once more. Cal's interests will undoubtedly be trampled underfoot by Dwight's respectable companies in the future, particularly as he expands. A villain like Cal Thresher, portrayed by Neil McDonough, deserves another chance at the general, and it appears that Tulsa King hasn't seen the last of him. Dwight's involvement in the marijuana sector is one of the ways he intends to grow his company in Tulsa King Season 3. Since Joanne Annabella Shora intends to convert the even higher plane into a cannabis Starbucks and Bodie, Martin Starr, is in charge of the hydroponic farm, they will play a significant role in Dwight's scheme. Their ideas are problematic since they both violate the law and pose a danger to Dwight's recently legalized company. Bodie stated his intention to sell marijuana on the illegal market for 100% profit. However, since the federal government still views marijuana as an illicit narcotic, the black market is, by definition, unlawful and may attract the attention of federal authorities. There are issues with Joanne's strategy as well. I wanted to open a drive-thru at the even higher plane, but that would expose Dwight's cannabis shop to liability and possibly even encourage DUIs, she said. Tulsa King must clarify how Dwight's wish to become a legal person would be balanced with Bodie and Joanne's plans. Chicky's death at the hands of Bill Bevilacqua was one of the more significant plot shocks in Tulsa King Season 2. Chicky's passing raises concerns about the future of the Invernizzi crime family in Tulsa King, in addition to the fact that one of Dwight's initial adversaries is no longer alive. Since Chicky's death, Vincent Piazza, who assumed control of the Invernizzi family, has been able to operate the mob without any opposition. However, both Vince's leadership abilities and his connection with Dwight and Bill are at best dubious. Tulsa King must demonstrate his ability to manage a mob leader. Tulsa King has always been heavily influenced by New York, and Season 3 must show how the Invernizzi family responds to Chicky's passing and Vince's leadership. Despite his lack of leadership skills, Chicky managed to keep the mob together and had a wealth of knowledge from his father, Pete. Vince's leadership has the potential to drastically alter the Invernizzi family, and not always in a positive way. The third season of Tulsa King must demonstrate Vince's ability to hold onto the family's power and how the other New York families respond to him. Bill Bevilacqua's feud with Dwight appears to be ongoing despite the fact that he killed Chicky and took part of Cal Thresher's cannabis farm. Due to the deaths of Carl and Jimmy the Creek Glenn Gould, respectively, Bill and Dwight despise one another. Additionally, Bill is not the kind of person who forgets or forgives easily. Furthermore, Bill stated earlier in Tulsa King Season 2 that he would murder Dwight as soon as he ceased to be a good earner. Tulsa King Season 3 must clarify Bill's current strategy and the duration of his partnership with Dwight. Additionally, Dwight's new partners, the dubious group that abducted him, are probably not going to make Bill happy, which might further strain their working relationship. That might make Tulsa King Season 3 even bloodier than before, especially given Bill's pre-existing distaste for Dwight and how easily he murders people. This implies that the show must address Bill in some way and disclose his current course of action. Tina Manfredi's, Tatiana Zappardino, choice to leave Oklahoma and move back to New York was one of the most significant repercussions of Dwight's actions in Tulsa King Season 2. Tina told her father in a tearful conversation that she could not allow his illegal lifestyle to destroy their family once more. But Dwight can't leave Tina alone because family is vital to him. The third season of Tulsa King must disclose Dwight's strategy for reintegrating Tina into his life, as well as whether or not she'll even listen to him. Since Tina departed, Dwight has come a long way, so it should be simpler to reintegrate her into his life. Dwight solidified his authority over Tulsa, eliminated Jackie Ming and Chicky, the biggest dangers to his family's safety, and legitimized all his enterprises since she moved to New York. However, Tina may also avoid her father because of the company that is making Dwight work for them. It's impossible to predict what that organization will force Dwight to do, or what threats they will use to coerce him. One aspect of Dwight's kidnapping at the end of Tulsa King Season May 2nd have been overlooked in the confusion, but everything else about it was mysterious. Margaret Devereaux, Dana Delaney, was in bed with Dwight when the SWAT team that kidnapped him broke into her home. However, Tulsa King did not depict Margaret's or the SWAT team's treatment of her. Although it's a huge loose thread, Tulsa King Season 3 has the potential to both resolve the issue and develop an exciting new plot. The SWAT squad that kidnapped Dwight very likely did not simply abandon Margaret in her bed, and he isn't the most amiable person in the world. Margaret may have been taken by the same organization who abducted Dwight, and they may be using her as leverage against the general. But it's also plausible that Margaret was slain by the SWAT squad so that she wouldn't alert any of Dwight's allies. The only evidence of Margaret's fate can be found in Tulsa King Season 3. Fortunately, revealing Margaret's demise would also provide additional insight on the identity of the raider who initially broke into her home. But who took Dwight Manfredi is, by far, the most important topic that Tulsa King Season 3 must address. The Tulsa King Season 2 finale contained a few hints, but nothing conclusive. It's reasonable to believe that the group that kidnapped Dwight had some connection to the government because the FBI appears to be in communication with them. The group also appears to be very covert, based on the place they transported him to and the outfits of its agents. But aside from that, it's impossible to determine who owns Dwight or why they abducted him. The one thing Dwight's kidnappers told him is part of the reason why his identity is such a hot topic. In Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 10, Dwight was informed that he was now working for someone who is entirely hidden by shadows. Why Dwight is needed by a group that is strong enough to force the FBI to turn over classified documents and vicious enough to raid a private residence without a warrant is now a total mystery. However, whatever they have planned is undoubtedly awful news, and Tulsa King must explain how Dwight will escape it. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks, everyone.